What is going on, everybody? It's Nick here from Thermal Gaming, and today we're going to have a little discussion about whether or not to pick up a PC or a next-gen console come this holiday season. So let's just jump right into the topic now, shall we? Let's talk about some PC positives real quick. So a PC is pretty much an all-in-one source of media and entertainment. You got your gaming, you got your video editing, and you can even do like professional work for such as school or for business. So if you're going to buy a PC, then or build one, I should say, is that you're going to have it for a while, but it's also going to require a lot of parts, and those parts are going to be expensive, which I will get into later. But with this all-in-one kind of thing, what the Xbox is trying to do, which is getting more and more similar to a PC, but seems to lean more towards a TV focused kind of side, is that just PC is just an all-in-one entertainment center, and these consoles are made specifically for gaming. So if you get a PC, then you can also look forward to that as well, such as you can even go on like YouTube or Reddit, stuff to kill the time. I know that, like, say if you're like queuing up for a match of Battlefield or something on the consoles, you just don't have anything to do. That's not a factor on PC. You can just simply go to a website and go kill some time. Another thing on the gaming end of the spectrum for PC is that a lot of the games are really cheap. Like, a lot of games at launch usually are $10 less than console releases, and let's not forget about the summer sales, shall we, or the holiday sales for Steam. These sales they're just not okay for your wallet. The games are ridiculously dirt cheap, up to the point where you'll just forget that you don't even need the games and you'll just buy them anyway because of how cheap they are. Now, consoles don't have that. Game stores don't have that. They sometimes have sales, but not nearly to a degree at which Steam does, or any kind of digital distribution. Even Green Man Gaming has been getting into that a lot recently, and I've noticed a lot of great deals on their end as well. There's also no subscription fee, which is really nice now that PlayStation is going to charge a subscription fee now, which I was kind of questionable about at first, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal because it's only $5, and I think Xbox is still $15. But besides your internet bill, which I currently don't pay, it's pretty much free on PC. So you can do whatever you want. You can play any game. Obviously there's still subscription fees for MMOs and stuff like that, but that's besides the point. There's also a huge game library on PC already open to you, while the next-gen consoles will only have a limited amount of games available at launch. I mean, let's talk about the PlayStation 4. Some of the big games like Infamous Second Son and, Titanfall's not coming out for PS4, or Titanfall for Xbox or something like that. Those won't be available at launch. Those are two really, really standout titles for the next-gen consoles, and they will not be out until springish next year. There's also a better performance on PC, which is pretty obvious, I would say. Even though it is more expensive, if you are into that kind of thing of having the best looking games on the market, then I would highly recommend going for a PC. It's definitely worth the money. Even though a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox will work for the next 5 to 6 years, they will look noticeably worse. And that's unfortunate because PC is so dominant because you can have just years and years ahead of hardware on PCs. Because how old is the Xbox and PS3 hardware now? About 6 or 7 years old. A lot of the hardware on my PC is just about 1 to 2 years old, and it's running magnificently. All games run at max FPS and everything. Not there really isn't, but they run at max settings and everything. They just look gorgeous compared to consoles. And I'm always more hesitant to buy games on consoles now if there's a PC release, just because of that. Because I want to have the best experience in my game, but don't let that deter you from picking up a PS4 or an Xbox just because of graphics-wise, because graphics really aren't the most important thing. But like what I was saying earlier is that if you pick up a console, then they'll work. They will work for the next 5 to 6 years, unless you get like one of those duds that go for happen on midnight release, just like the very notorious Xbox 360 launch. And the consoles, that $500 price point for the Xbox, it sounds expensive, but in comparison to my $1,300 gaming rig, that's chump change. I'm not gonna lie. And the PlayStation 4 is a $400, and you can get a couple games bundled in there and a couple controllers bundled in there for like what, $550. Yeah. So I hope this little video has given you guys a little bit of insight as to what you want to pick up coming this holiday season. I would definitely recommend even if you're remotely interested in checking out PC parts, even if you don't know how to build one, get a friend to help you. And if you guys are interested at all in knowing what parts to get, or just wondering, hey, what parts should I buy that will keep up with this console generation and will age well? I'll be more than happy to answer those questions in the comments section. And for any more questions at all, just ask me, and I'll get back to you soon. And thanks for watching Thermal Gaming, and stay tuned the rest of October for more great coverage on all these great games. All right, thanks, guys.